other friend. Shout out your own channel, dude. Cloud game without that be in the link. Descriptions. Go sub, like his videos. He live on GTA right now. We just talking.
Turn into bigger runs later.
Let's do this. Let's get this dub.
First carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
First carry for Frank Gore, the newest and oldest Dolphin. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. It's a close game here early on. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance in open field.
On 1st and 10, here's Barrett. This is Bell on the dump off. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. You're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too. I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Sliding out of the pocket. And the Miami Dolphins are into the end zone.
Let's go.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Barrett looks to throw on 1st. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there for the Dolphins. 74 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. J.T. Barrett with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5.
Come on, let's go!
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Okay. I think this is the right play to get a touchdown here. Maybe we still have 2 timeouts, guys.
On first down, Barrett to throw. Going deep here for Stills. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Trying to be up by at least
So now
1
second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Barrett. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll kick things off in the AFC North. 2 teams with intertwined histories, to say the least. Baltimore playing host to Cleveland. And it's the Browns who have the lead in the second quarter. Jarvis Landry, a touchdown reception. From there, we take the short trip down to D.C. to check on the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they trail the visiting Eagles at halftime. Carson Wentz has thrown a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail the visiting Colts as that one's gone to the intermission. Andrew Luck back and better than ever. 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half?
So he comes out of nowhere. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. They're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And they'll They'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Oh, now he bowls him over. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, it's Bell. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. The give is to Bell. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Here's Matt Hawk now, as he should be able to pin him back. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake. Now following the touchdown, here comes this offense back out onto the field as they will take over with a 1st and 10. So now here come the Dolphins. On 1st and 10, Barron going deep here for Stills. And that's caught inside the 35. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. It's a big play there for Miami. 71 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Bell. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one incorrectly.
They'll try again with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Okay, that was a touchdown.
His path became similar to almost... running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Bell, and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter.
Come on, let's go! 38!
A give to Bell. A little juke. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the 4th quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. On 2nd down, Barrett. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. On 4th down, Barron going deep here for Stills. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down, and they're going to speed things up here. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it third and goal. They'll go again with Bell. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, but it's going to leave him with a fourth and goal. On fourth down, Barrett escaping the touchdown, Miami. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go!
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, it's Bell. Bell a first down and then some. And down right around the 37. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Steps away to his left. And he goes out of bounds without getting rid of it. A big loss there. And it goes down as a sack as well. My goodness, it'll be a disastrous loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a second and about a mile here.
Come on, let's go!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
On 3rd down, that's Bell. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Now the Bills will take another timeout, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now on, we think. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating, steps. And here come the Bills. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about it.
And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand.
Offside. Defense.
And Yes, they want the
penalty is
points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for two.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll try and run it in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete, but a flag down here on the play. And this might be offsides. If it is, they're going to get another shot.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll look to throw. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They're going to try and run for it. And he is not going to get in here. But there is a flag down, however. And it looked like someone might have come across a little
Offside.
early.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll try and run it in. And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. Huge, huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The two-point conversion to get this thing tied.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. To throw is Barrett. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been there first. And it's third down now. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Back to throw Barrett. And no, it's incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So now I need an explanation for that one, Charles. You're tied, fourth quarter, deep in your own territory. What was going on in their mind?
I can't even begin to imagine. I understand being aggressive. You know, how many times have you looked at me and said, are you crazy? Why would you say go for it there? I wouldn't in this situation. I'm not sure what he was thinking other than maybe he doesn't believe in his defense at all anymore, that he just says, I've got to go for it in this situation. But his meeting, the head